Hello everyone! In this video, I will explain tiles of graph in graph theory using the graph example that I created, as shown in this image. Before we move into the main topic, we first need to understand what a graph is. A graph is a mathematical structure consisting of vertices, or points, and edges, or connecting lines. In this image, the small dots in the graph represent vertices, while the green lines connecting them represent edges. Graphs are used in many fields, such as computer networks, GPS, social media, and artificial intelligence. Now let us move to the concept of tiles of graph. In this image, there is a large green graph. This green graph represents the main structure being analyzed. Then there are smaller red and blue graphs labeled with the symbol T. These smaller graphs are called tiles. A tile is a small graph pattern used to form, cover, or represent certain parts of a larger graph. This concept is similar to floor tiles. One small tile can be repeated many times to create a larger floor pattern. The same idea applies in graph theory. A small graph pattern can be used to build a more complex graph structure. If we observe carefully, the tile in this example has a crossing connection pattern in the center. This means each vertex has a specific relationship that must remain consistent when the tile is placed onto the main graph.
In the red section, the tile is connected to two main vertices of the green graph. Then, in the blue section, another tile is placed on a different part of the graph. This shows that one large graph may contain several different tiles. In graph theory, there is also a concept called the degree of a vertex. For example, dead V equals 2. This means a vertex has two connections, or two edges attached to it. In this tile, several vertices have degree 2 because they are connected to two edges simultaneously. In addition, vertex positions can also be represented using coordinates. For example, x equals 0 and y equals 1. Coordinates help simplify the visualization process when drawing graphs digitally. In the large green graph, we can see that the structure forms a circular-like pattern with many connections between vertices. Then, the red and blue tiles are placed in certain sections to show additional connection patterns. The process of using tiles on a larger graph is called graph tiling or graph tessellation. The purpose of this concept is to understand complex graph structures, to divide graphs into smaller patterns, and to simplify network analysis. This concept is applied in computer networks, circuit design, digital mapping, and route optimization. This is because smaller patterns are easier to analyze than an entire large network. In making this video, I used Facecam for explanation, screen recording for graph drawing, and editing processes to improve the visualization of graph tiles. In conclusion, tiles of graph is the concept of using smaller graphs as patterns to form or represent parts of a larger graph. With this concept, complicated network structures can be understood in a more organized and systematic way. Thank you.